Okay, so Mr. Chen.
Thank you. I have two questions. Interesting you talk about money. Having limited experience in Canada about financing elections are not cheap. It costs money to print signs and do all that. I'm curious as to Mr. Leong, you have gone through the election process. To what extent do you think that the election financing rules in Hong Kong are adequate? If not, what reform would you like to see happen? That's the first question. Second question is, I believe there's either a commissioner or some person whose job is to maintain the integrity of the electoral process. Now, there's two electoral processes, I understand it, from far away. With this chief administrator, you're talking about really not a full election. That's what we're talking about. It's only 700 people. So that's one process. The other one relating to the electoral members, I do understand that sometimes the Integrity Commission, for lack of a better term, would have to make sure that the election process is properly. So on that second part is that, do you see again with this Integrity Commissioner or the person to ensure integrity for both electoral process A, for the chief official, or B, for electoral members, are basically fair and transparent? If not, what sort of reform that you would like to see happen? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. So far as election financing is concerned, Hong Kong is much simpler than in Canada, or for that purpose, the United States of America. We simply set a ceiling that you can't go through. I mean, can't break the ceiling in the relevant elections. For example, in district council elections, the ceiling is 40,000 Hong Kong, a very meager sum, right? For legislative council elections, depending on the size of the electorate and which of the 5 geographic constituencies you are running in, you have a different ceiling. And for the chief executive, the ceiling was raised from the 9.5 million Hong Kong dollars 4 years ago to 13 million for next year's election. So you can see that the Hong Kong system is simple to operate. You just set a ceiling and you make laws to require candidates to report expenses and to make sure that there's an audit system to make sure that you are not misreporting, underreporting, and that is simple. We do not even have political party laws, so that in fact donations to political parties in Hong Kong can remain anonymous. But if you donate to me, one in public office, of course, I have to report to the Legislative Council, but donations made to political parties can remain anonymous. This is the present system. The body overseeing electoral affairs would be our Electoral Affairs Commission. There's an Electoral Affairs Commissioner who is at present a High Court judge, a serving High Court judge, but appointed by the Chief Executive to oversee the work of this commission. The job of this commissioner is just to administer the relevant legislations that governs election advertisements, reporting of electoral expenses, how do you conduct election meetings, etc. By and large, I think we are doing all right insofar as the Electoral Affairs Commission is concerned. As to the second part of your question, or the second parts of your questions rather, as to whether I would want to see any improvement or amendment to the laws. Now, Hong Kong is in a situation in which the legislature is dominated by the trade and businesses and one pro-establishment, pro-Beijing party. Now this party annual donations alone run up to 55 million. Is it 55 million? Yeah, 55 million in the year 0809. I'm referring to the DAB, which is the largest party in Hong Kong, claimed to have now 20,000 members. But if you compare that to the annual turnover of a party like the Civic Party, our annual turnover is just a small sum of 4 million. So it is a David and Goliath situation. And because of this domination, and because of the political situation that we find ourselves in at the moment, the Democratic camp does not think it is a good idea for us to now seek to introduce political party laws, because any law would probably be designed to favor the party domination. And in Hong Kong, it's not a true democracy, so there's no chance that the second time round we can be voted into office and to change the law. Right? But having said that, of course, there are improvements here and there that we want to seek to introduce into our electoral laws, but I think they are really of such a domestic and local nature that I will not bore the audience this afternoon in this U of Toronto library. But if you are interested in those, I'm happy to tell you more about those.